What's up, friend, and welcome back to a new Foundation Standard video. And today, something exciting, or also kind of concerning, I don't know how you want to see it, is happening to one of my favorite decks. The Simic Tempo, Simic Terror, Simic Beans, however you want to call this deck list, is developing in a very strange way. So there were two decks in one of the most recent challenges that got second place and third place. They were these Simic Tempo, Simic Beans decks, but they had a transformative sideboard going for them. So this is what we're looking at right now. It was the Sultai version of the deck. And what they end up doing is they end up shoving a basic swamp in the sideboard. This is really where best of three players shine, because we get the opportunity to do this. And then they shove a bunch of powerful black removal spells in the deck list. So we're looking at 2 copies of Anoint with Affliction, which is our 2-mana instant exile card. Exile target creature if it has mana value 3 or less. And 3 copies of Nowhere to Run, the enchantment from Duskmoor with Flash, and when it enters target creature and opponent controls, gets -3/-3 until the end of turn. Creature opponent control can be the target of spells and abilities as though they didn't have hexproof. Ward abilities of those creatures don't trigger. So this definitely is one way to give yourself a better matchup against against aggro decks, or whenever you need potential exile effects from Anoint. So this deck can afford all of this with that splash of the swamp, because you have these cards in this deck, Analyze the Pollen and Bushwhack, that are capable of tutoring a basic land up for you. So if you just have 1 swamp in there, but you manage to hit Bushwhack or Analyze the Pollen, you basically fix your colors that way. There's also 4 copies of a Verge, the Mirror Verge in here, so that you're always tapping for blue, and if you need to, you can tap for black as well. There's more synergy in here with black mana, because we're also playing copies of Rona's Vortex, the 1-mana instant with a kicker effect. You need to have black for that. So 2 in a black, and then you can return a target creature or planeswalker you don't control to its owner's hand. If the spell was kicked, put that permanent on the bottom of its owner's library instead. So if you have 4 mana available, including a black mana, then this kind of functions as a removal spell a little bit. So that's kind of cool. It gives you a little bit more depth and a little bit more reach by getting that black splash going for you. Now, I was convinced that the white splash version of the deck was better, because I felt the black version, yes, it would give you a decent, maybe a better matchup against, super aggressive decks. But I didn't know if it really that was really what this deck list was looking for. There's also a banned version of the deck, which I'll look at right now with you guys. Let me pull it up real quick. That actually ended up doing the same thing, but they splashed white for Sheltered by Ghosts, which I absolutely loved. 2-mana enchantment aura, and then you give a creature +1/+0, lifelink and ward 2, and you exile a target null and permanent until Shelter leaves the battlefield. So imagine putting Sheltered by Ghosts on a Tolarian Terror. All of a sudden you have a creature with ward 4, that's a 6/5, and has lifelink. I mean, to me, that seemed a lot more impressive than working with Nowhere to Run or Anoint. But again, Nowhere to Run is a card that you can pick up with something like this down a big enough, which is another very important card in this deck list. Being able to return with 2 target null and permanents to their owner's hands. Costs 3 less to cast if it targets a permanent you control. Means that you can pick up your Edimur Crab again, your Stormchaser Talent, perhaps your Beans, and you trigger your Beans while you do it, even if you cast it for 2 mana. So being able to pick up Nowhere to Run and being able to replay it is pretty cool. But you can also do the exact same thing with Sheltered by Ghosts. Sheltered by Ghosts is also a card you can pick up if somebody tries to remove it, or there's a better target for it to grab, right? You might be able to grab a cheap creature at first, maybe your opponent plays an Arcfiend later, or an Enduring Curiosity. You pick it up, give them, I don't know, maybe a Fairy Mastermind back, and you exile the cat instead. That's an option. There's another cool card in here that I felt solved a lot of the problems with this deck list, because you can also splash for Monastery Mentor, and that is a great strategy if your opponent is playing a lot of Graveyard Hate. I mean, Sheltered by Ghosts can also pick up Graveyard Hate. The black cards can't, but Monastery Mentor is also a great way to win without needing your graveyard. The problem is, though, that I did end up performing a lot better with the Sultai deck, and the Sultai deck ended up getting that 3rd and 4th place in the same challenge. So I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Is the white splash better or the black splash better? But I think at least that is very cool that we kind of have a deck back in standard with a transformative sideboard. All of a sudden, you're oh yeah, I'm just playing the Simic deck, no problem. And then it's bam, Nowhere to Run, bam, Anoint with Affliction. And it could really change everything around. Also, I forgot to mention, this deck is also splashing black for Terra Sunder, which is something that I liked a lot. Terra Sunder is a fantastic piece of anti-enchantment or exile hate, or you could also just hit any normal permanent if you end up kicking it, which you need a 1 mana and a black for. So that is also a card that you can thrive with the second you have that black splash going for you. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think. Are you a team black splash or white splash? I'd like to hear your thoughts. For me, this definitely performed a lot better. So we're going to have a look at the Sultai version of Simic Tempo / Terra / Beans, whatever. Let's get into it, guys. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe while you're at it as well. Let's do it. This video is brought to you by Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard provides you with premium protection for your trading cards like their incredible katana sleeves, which are my absolute favorite for sleeving up my Magic decks. Ultimate Guard has everything you need to keep your Magic cards safe, secure, and stylish. If you're interested in getting the best sleeves on the market, make sure to use my link in the description below. Alright. Not the worst, not the best. We'll see what happens. Sure. I do need to change that with op, though. I keep saying that, and I keep forgetting it because I'm stupid. Okay. Just keep thinning my deck out. Keep, you know, putting stuff in my graveyard. Thrive. Why do you like best of 3 more than best of 1? Trying to figure out what to play. Pretty new to Magic. So, I mean, there's many reasons. People ask me this question reasonably often. There's a lot of reasons. Magic, there's obviously like an element of RNG in there, right? A big part of that is the coin flip or the matchup that you're in. If you play best of 3, not only do you like balance out the coin flip as much as possible, but you also eliminate a big part of like the matchup RNG that happens. It's just, yeah, it's just better and consistent Magic, basically what you're trying to do. Sometimes you are in this position where, you know, you're playing a cool deck and you run against red aggro that won the coin flip, and there's nothing you can do about that in best of 1. In best of 3, if you know that red aggro is a shitty matchup for you, then you can tech your sideboard to be able to beat red aggro, and that could just make you end up leaving the game as a winner rather than, you know, having to take the L because you hit the wrong matchup and you lost the coin flip. So those are basically my biggest reasons. Like, it just eliminates a big portion of RNG, and like sideboarding is a whole separate skill as well. So if you're, you know, good at sideboarding, your opponent isn't, it's good enough to like push you over the edge, which also gives you a higher like win rate consistency. So it's also the other reason, another reason on top of all that, is that it's also Magic's competitive format. So if you ever felt like playing in an RCQ or a tournament, it will always be best of 3. There are no best of 1 tournaments. I feel like best of 3 and learning a sideboard is a valuable skill to have as a player. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's all. That's all I got. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I don't hate the idea of Bushwhack, to be honest, but is this like the Mirror Demons? It's been a while since I've seen that, to be honest. I just want to trigger this Larry Terror to spit it up. Okay. That's a harsh way to put it, Zoe, but not entirely wrong. Not entirely wrong, but yeah. Non-token creature of their choice. So that makes me kind of want to flesh in the Eddie Crab, because this thing has got the War 2 that I kind of care about, so I'll flesh that in. Best of 3 rocks, you love making decisions, and best of 3 lets you make more decisions. That's a very big part of it, yeah. The more decisions you can make, and the, you know, the higher your skill is, the more that'll, your win rate will go up. Wish you could play best of 5. Okay, that's a little insane. That's taking it to the extreme, but you know. This is Simic Terror Splash Black. The spicy splash. Baseline quick scoping videos, EDM music was my shit. Oh, the MLG era? I was in that too. MLG era was an elite part of the internet. Okay. Is that a fairy? Okay. The noobish hate against moderate or whatever is caused by playing best of 1 where you just can't do anything about lopsided matchups. It's true. That's exactly what it is, yeah. That is exactly what it is. You splash for black for Rona's Vortex, and your sideboard has nowhere to runs that you can pick up with nowhere to run or nowhere to runs, which you can pick up with this town ain't big enough, and also a couple exile effects and Tear Asunder. So it's a pretty good splash. Helps you out a lot. Okay. Did white not work out? Not really. I gotta be honest with you, not really. I was a lot more excited about that. In practice, it didn't play out so well. So... did not play out the way I was hoping for, so... All we have to do is live, and I think that'll be... We just need one of these guys to connect to the face. They got 1 mana open, like, they're not gonna remove 2 dudes. Alright. Best of 3 is great. It just, yeah, if you have the time to play best of 3, it's absolutely the way to go. What edgical sources you can use to improve your slight artistic and ability to hyperfocus, but need a source to learn from. I mean, streams, content that people put out are great ways to like learn how to play a deck. There's a bunch of like articles out there too. I've never really bothered with articles much myself, but and I would just say in general, practice makes perfect, you know. The more you play and the more you get into it, the better like you'll pick it up. Definitely. This is Demir Demons. I want to go in with this. I want to go in with this. With this. I mean, hey, like, you're in this stream and you're watching me play best of 3 standard. It's a good place to start. Not to, like, you know, advertise myself too much or whatever, but we do pretty good here. We do pretty decent. I feel like I always just find myself cutting sleight of hand if I need to, like, board stuff in. Couldn't be me, honestly. Could not be me. Like, I could also see the Terrace Under. I just wonder if that's too extreme. I feel like it is. Ooh, this is kind of nice. I mean, sleight of hand is exactly for that. No, it's just consistency, one drop, which finds your better card, which you exchange for a better card. I mean, that's a great way to put it, for sure. It's also a fast way to, like, fill up your graveyard. Like, it does add a lot of consistency, so it's always like... I mean, I still always do it. I think it's correct. I don't think you change that, but... yeah. I think they're about center with some stream and YouTube. Last seen hit Diamond 1. Nice. Mythic this time around, for sure. Right, I'm gonna thin my deck out some more here. I'm just gonna pick up... Forest is probably okay. For like the next turn. Cool. Just gonna swing. Someone goes hard when you play mono black. Wait, why mono black specifically? It's a bot, but cool. Actually finally managed to get tickets to Lana Del Rey. Can you believe it? It's been fucking 6-7 years. Or like, yeah, for a long time. Okay. What do we got? Nothing. So they're probably sitting on like removal or something and just don't want to use it. Sure. Nothing here for you. Steel and oil whiffing? God, it feels good. We'd love to see it. Okay then. I'm hoping to find some of the dudes. Maybe a crab, maybe a terror. Also be down for a counter spell at this point. Did board those in, yeah? I did, okay. Nope. Even though it digs further, it's just not what I want to be finding, especially not if I do this. Okay. This deck is just so cool. I think it can go far. I'm slowly, like, every game that I play more, the more I'm believing in the Black Splash. Happily admit that I was wrong. It's so weird to me that this town ain't big enough is actually a good card. No, that's what I keep saying. Like, it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. I said it in a little earlier. Like, if you told me that this town ain't big enough when it got revealed during, like, Thunder Junction preview season, was doing shit in Standard, like, competitively, and not as a joke, I wouldn't have believed you. But here we are. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Beans has a lot to do with it. Like, it triggers Beans and stuff. But at that time, Beans was already revealed, right? So, like, we could have known already. We could have known. Do I just thin it out even further? Also grab something with Analyze. But I don't really know what I want to grab just yet. I mean, I know that at some point I want to be able to trigger my Beans. But... you know what? I think I'll bushwhack for a land. Yeah, the high CMC for collecting evidence, the bean triggers, like being able to pick your own shit back up. It's just... the value is incredible. Being able to bring it back with Storm Chaser Stallion and like sort of creating a loop, I mean... The only problem with this card is that it does say non-land, Which, hey, makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. I think I'll just pick up the crab here, because I can also, like, pick it back up and stuff. I'm just gonna pass. I mean, it's true. You can't really do that. But it does make manlands a little bit of a struggle sometimes, so we have to be really careful of that. Most of the stuff you're bouncing is from BLB, right? That is the Teamer Otter deck, yeah. This deck you care about, like, picking up the talent and the beans. Alright, yeah, this opponent was just done. Ooh, this looks pretty good. You sat through a baseball game to see Carly, that's real dedication. Holy shit. That is real dedication, my friend. That really is. Alright, we see an island. What could it be? Place your bets. Islands are actually played quite a lot in Standard too, huh? Island can mean so many things. Peeps, Terror, Demir, Overlords. Oh god, that was Peeps already? Well, shit. Oh man, like, this is truly not bad, of course, but I don't have a graveyard, right? Or, like, I don't have a graveyard at all, so I can't really do this. Dedicated? Robbie got him. Got him. Oh man, look at that. That's a good mill. That's a good mill. Interesting. So let's see. I could try to develop beans. I think just one of the important things is that if they get that Oculus, I'm bouncing it, you know? Before they get the value. Damn, dude. Okay. The only went because she had a concert after it. Half the same as old guys in baseball shirts, and the other half was young gay guys. Seems like a vibe, honestly. Oh, not even trying to get Oculus back? Interesting. Or are they trying to... What are they trying to hit? I mean, I can permanently shove that Jin into... They haven't played land for turn yet, right? This is weird. Is that think twice? No, curate. What the hell? Okay, sure. Yeah, this opponent is like determined to find white mana. I get it. I really don't think that this is our greatest matchup ever. Unfortunately. Well, the Vortex in a way is like permanent removal, you know? You just gotta pay the price, but you can technically just get rid of something. This is very hard. I feel like I have to bounce the Oculus. It's just too much. I don't know. Yo, what's up, Napkin? Oculus must be bounced. Bushwhack. that's not the answer either. I'd rather like focus on getting a discount on my crab, which is pretty fucking far off. Like, I'm not milling myself at all. A very expensive crab. I can eventually tap down the Jhin. Yeah, I don't think that the Peeps matchup is an easy one for us at all. I don't think so. I don't think that the splash in the sideboard does anything either. Like, we just have the nowhere to runs. Well, I guess we have an Anoint and a Go for Throw, but it's not really going to solve the problem. We got some vacuums too, which is okay. We'll see, we'll see. A 10-4 Hottie Jhin, though. I'm consider me spooked, honestly. It's interesting to see that they're playing Founding the Third Path and Phantom Interference in the same pile. Usually, if you play Founding, you don't play the counter spells, but they are somehow doing both. So I wonder what their version looks like. My god, the greed. Like, do I maybe just bounce the Jhin after all? Not feeling it, Chief. Not feeling it. No, 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 no way. No way. It's too rough. It's too rough. I mean, there's absolutely a case for taking it there so that you can bounce the Oculus, but it doesn't solve the problem because obviously they can also still like hardcast Oculus. That's the problem. The worst thing about the Oculus is that it keeps creating blockers, which really sucks. And obviously the manifested things are not really cards that you want to bounce either, because they just get it back into their hands. So that's really, really terrible. But 14 damage? Like, surely not. Oh god, there's another one. Okay, this is just great. This is why the matchup sucks. Like, the second they get Oculus, it's very bad. It's very bad. We take that. I think our one shot is just killing them next turn, or it's just over. If this is a counter, it sucks. Tap the Jhin. Alright, double Oculus trigger. Yo. Hold on. Wait, shit. Is that gonna screw me over? How expensive is this guy? I think it's still fine. I do this. Okay. We're fine, we're fine. And you still have a Storm Chaser trigger as well, which is pretty cool. Crab and beans, what a meal. Yeah, I'll have to pass on that, but... Dude, we got out of it though. Wow, that was like the perfect top deck. That Analyze the Pollen was like perfection. Holy shit. Clutch victory from the jaws of defeat, yeah. Usually very good at clutching defeat from the jaws of victory, but We did it. We did it. Did they just concede the game? I was about to like get started to... Alright, I was getting myself ready to sideboard, but hey. I'm grateful. Alright, green on 1. Easy, easy. Surely. This is the, God, this is the same, like, artifact deck again. But I do have Terra Sunders now, so that's okay, I guess. Let's do... Seed of... I mean, to be fair, I'm tempted to just slam Storm Chaser. Yeah. Listen, if this is the way to break this deck, then I'm trying it out, you know? How I feel about it, at least. I feel like mono green could destroy. I think I've seen something somewhere. I feel like I've seen a mono green deck somewhere. I don't know if that was Senate or Pioneer though. Mono green Kona. Sure. I'm not even mad at that, to be honest. I feel like it would have been a lot worse for me if that, like, Zoetic Glyph kept being brought back, you know? Would have been a little worse. Seed of Hope, maybe? Something about these wardens in this, like, deck that's crazy. Wow. Yeah, I can't help but feel that mono green would struggle pretty hard with all the removal in the meta, but Maybe not, I don't know. This is a weird spot to be in. Because I want to respect Sheltered by Ghosts. I do. So if I let this go through and it's life gain on Warden or something, they go to 10. Crab plus these two 1/1s. I think I'll be able to deal enough damage to win. Just gonna have to allow it, I think. Okay, that's fine as well. Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, I think the important thing is to just not get blown out by Sheltered there and then you're fine. This black splash right now is spicy as fuck. Wow. We might be cooking. Honestly, I might. I didn't realize that it gave you access to Terra Sunder, but it does. That's really good. It gets there at least. A little bit better here. No, Valorant, I know. So I'm so keen to hide from the camera. Just gonna do this. Our Gloom Lake Verge has arrived. Okay. Drag to the roots? Well, then you need to have Delirium, right? That's like different. I don't know how quick this stack could get Delirium. Does have a lot of self-mail. A lot of instant speed, things, lands, creatures, enchantments. I don't think you get there fast enough. Amsterdam 20% more goth than other places. Is that true? No. Amsterdam is full of, or the entirety of the Netherlands is full of bitches that believe in the clean core aesthetic. You know what that is? Clean girl core. It's awful. Like if you walk into a Dutch city for 5 minutes, you've seen at least like 50 girls that have the slicked back, fully slicked back bun with a clip behind it, and that have like the clean girl, fully stripped back like face. That's the only thing that happens in the Netherlands. There's no goth. It's just all these like I think they're called honfleurs in Dutch. This is the only thing you're gonna get. I go out in public often, believe it or not, and I think I've maybe encountered like goth people. Well, maybe like once. Maybe like once. No, not Office Siren. Office Siren slaps. It's just clean girl core. It's awful. It's truly, in my opinion, one of the worst aesthetics. I'll find it for you. Hold on. I'll find it. I just want to like develop the Tolarian Terror. Not against that. Why not? Yeah, like there's a lot of the people think that they are the posh aesthetic is very much alive. Here you go. All right, I'll educate you guys. This is clean girl core. It's basically like clean girl aesthetic. Like it's always the slick back hair in like a bun, and then you just it's all about like the white clothes and stuff with some denim in there. That's all you see. It's the only thing that's there. I've never seen goth people in the Netherlands outside of my sister and I, possibly, but yeah. It's nor. That's what it is. It's very generic, which is kind of why I hate it. It's very generic. I'm gonna hit that as well, I think. Well, okay, I can. Well, I could do it if I do Eddie more crab. I can just tap it down, like replay it. Seems fine. It's yeah, it's like I'm typing it up in Dutch as well so that you can see it. There, I'm just laughing. Laughing while also simultaneously getting traumatized. Okay. Go for it. Yes. This is probably between like a Shelter by Ghost and the Leyline X equip, I guess, but... Okay, so I'm just gonna try to tap that down. Boop and boop. I'll bounce it eventually. That's the next step. Yeah, this bonus cool with taking 10. Alright. Sure. Yes, minus. That's exactly what happens. I get jump scared like every other day by seeing like fucking 20 girls that I used to go to high school with doing the TikTok advertisements for like makeup. It jump scares me every time. I can pick that up and bounce it. Do I have enough mana? Yes, I do. My mana allows it. Okay, I'll probably do that. It's very scary. Okay, another tap. Another homie. These they got like really good draws, huh? Okay. Look at auto chopper. It's just crazy shit. Alright, so we're gonna pick up the crab and put that dude back. Then we can replay crab. Okay. tap everything down, find a way to just have 5 damage connect, and you should be okay, I think. I mean, this town ain't big enough. If I find a land, you get there. Bushwhack does things too. That should be okay. Okay. So now we'll just do tap and tap. Then it's just going to be Bushwhack, fight any of them. Unsummon. And win the game. Boop. 5 damage coming your way. There we go. Winning works too. Yeah, I'll take the line at wins. I'll take the line at wins.